So angry sometimes.
Sometimes issues can wait to be raised through supervision sessions or staff meetings. But there will be times when you will need to seek immediate guidance or involvement by your manager, often to protect the well-being of either the service user or others. Most managers will operate an open door policy, which means you can approach them at any time. Let's now take a look at some of the people outside your organisation who also assist to provide health and care services and support the needs of individuals. As a home carer, you have a responsibility to recognise and respect the roles and expertise of workers from other agencies and work in partnership with them. These may include GPs, social workers, advocates, the police and officers from inspection or enforcing agencies.
I'm worried about Jed and how depressed he is. I wanted to talk to you about him getting worse, but I also wondered if you could tell me more about schizophrenia, because I'm not sure I really know enough about it.
Often they will be willing to attend a staff meeting to talk about what they do. Most agencies will have leaflets or booklets about the services they provide. You will also need to get to know other professionals working in the area. For example, a practice or community nurse, or an occupational therapist. Where a service user's family is absent, you may work with advocates who legitimately represent the interests of the service user. You also need to work in partnership with those people in the individual's life, such as family and friends, who can make a difference to their health and social well-being. These could include unpaid carers, family members who support a relative, and significant others with whom the individual has a supportive relationship. Mrs. Adams is the main carer for her husband, who was diagnosed as having Alzheimer's disease 3 years ago. The couple have one daughter who lives in another city, and most of their friends have died. Mrs. Adams herself has some health problems. She has severe arthritis and high blood pressure.
It's so nice for you to come in. I just can't do the things I used to do. It's so nice to talk to you each day, if it's only for a few minutes each day.
These individuals may also be a useful source of information regarding certain aspects of the service user's life, needs and preferences.
Could you tell me a little bit about what Mr. Adams used to be like? His likes and dislikes, things he liked doing?
When involving family and friends, it's important to check with the service user what sort of relationships they have with them. You need to be clear about what you can disclose to family members and respect the wishes of the service user. If in doubt, you should always talk to your manager first and refer to your organisation's confidentiality policy. Regardless of the level of involvement with family and friends, you must be sensitive to the feelings of those close to the service user at all times.
I'm afraid I can't say what your dad's wishes are about the house, but I'm sure you'll respect his right to confidentiality.
To work effectively in partnership, you need to be a good communicator. Amongst other things, this will mean you need to be able to listen and respond to questions and concerns.
I can see you're worried about your children. Does it help to talk about it with me?
Do dear, yes.
Report accurate and sufficient information to the appropriate people at the appropriate time and in the appropriate way.
Hi Vanessa, it's Tim. Just to let you know that Frank Beckett will be staying at his brother's this weekend.
Be reliable and dependable, delivering a consistently good standard of care and support at all times.
You're doing a really good job. Your timekeeping's excellent and we've had good reports from service users about your high standard of care. Well done.
Thanks.
Your actions and inactions affect others. Being forgetful, careless or deliberately cutting corners to save time or effort. At all times you need to ensure your actions support health and safety in your place of work. As you have seen, your role is to support the care, protection and well-being of individuals. This places you in a very privileged and trusted position, where it's necessary for you to relate to and support individuals in the way they choose, finding out about their needs, wishes and preferences. Key to being able to do this is building a professional working relationship with the individual, based around mutual trust and respect. This will not happen overnight, as it's not often that people meet and trust each other immediately. As a home carer, you will have many conversations with a service user, probably covering many different topics. This is all part of building a good working relationship. However, you should be mindful not to talk about your personal problems or be seen to be moaning to the service user.
I had the grandkids all weekend. Well, they didn't go home until 10 o'clock last night and should have seen the mess they left. Oh, and the thing is as well, they cost a fortune while they eat so much. Well, kids do, don't they? I mean, it's like they've got hollow legs or something. I don't know where they put it, to be honest.
This home carer did not give Jed the chance to speak before she started offloading her own problems. Her focus should have been on how Jed's weekend had been. Also, she should not have told Jed about her financial problems. The service user is not there to listen to the home carer's problems. Remember, there are limits to your relationship with the individuals you support.
I love Ethel to bits. She's 99 now, she's got no one left in the world. I don't feel we give her enough time. I know I shouldn't do it, but sometimes I go around on my own and I just take her a bit of stuff from home. My husband's done a bit of painting for her as well.
Margaret? Mm-hmm? Do you remember talking to me last week about those debts your husband doesn't know about?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a loan to pay them off?
No, I'm scared to in case he finds out.
Look, I'm fine for money. I can lend you some till you get yourself sorted.
Some care workers find this difficult, becoming very close to the individuals they care for. You may have heard a service user being referred to as being like one of the family. However, you must remember that being a care worker is a job, and the role must be performed within professional boundaries at all times.
I've got Christmas Day off, but I feel I should just nip round and see Sam. I mean, he's going to be all on his own. I know that you'll be covering, but I feel guilty.
You will become emotionally close to people that you care for. Even so, it's possible to keep this relationship professional. An unprofessional relationship is one that uses inappropriate touch or spoken language. A professional, caring member of staff uses appropriate touch and is still able to communicate that they care through their active listening skills and the use of their own body language, including posture, facial expression and tone of voice. As outlined in the GSCC Code of Conduct, you must uphold public trust and confidence in social care services by not doing anything that could be viewed as inappropriate, given the nature of your role and the access you have to the service user. For example, you must not exploit service users, carers or colleagues in any way.
You have a garage with your flat, isn't that right, Frank?
Yes, I do.
You won't mind me storing a few things in it?
Be my guest.
You must not form inappropriate personal relationships with service users.
You remind me of my gran. Why don't I bring my children to see you?
Oh, that would be lovely. I like children.
Oh, they'd love you.
As a home carer, you will be caring for a wide range of service users with a broad spectrum of needs. To deliver care activities that are centred around that person's individual needs, as laid out in their care plan, you must clearly understand your role and responsibilities. This video has shown you how the General Social Care Council's Code of Practice and your organisation's policies and procedures will guide you. Working in partnership with all those who help meet the needs of the individuals in your care, your work as a home carer will support service users to get the most out of life.